Hey there, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. My name's Hannah and today's video is a little bit different than my normal motherhood and lifestyle and vlog videos because today I am showing you guys clothing I have made throughout this winter. First of all, if you hear any like bells jingling or little meows happening, or if I even pick up my cat, it is because you hear my cat and see my cat. He loves to get cuddles from me and just wants me to pick him up and talk to him all of the time. So while Kate is sleeping and I'm doing this, he's like, oh, it's my turn now. So you'll have to excuse that. Before we begin, I want to just share a little bit about how I started making clothes and why I started making clothes. So back in December, my childhood pet cat was dying, and I really needed a hobby to keep me busy because all of my other hobbies weren't keeping me busy. So I started to pick up where I left off on sewing. I just kind of like started sewing, and I kind of haven't really quit. And a while ago I went through my closet and decluttered quite a bit of stuff, and I was really happy with the more minimal look of my closet, but mostly I was happy with the thought of when I look in my closet, it's only clothes that I want to wear. Then I started thinking, well, how awesome would that be if I made my own clothes and had clothes that were even more suited to what I want to wear and more curated for me. So yeah, ever since December, I just kind of have not stopped sewing. With all of that being said, let me show you guys all of the things I have made this winter. So first of all, this isn't sewing, this is actually crochet. This I finished in the fall. I actually made it for my husband. He picked out the yarn, and while I was still pumping for my son, I whipped this up, and this took me a very long time. It is very big, but also so warm and cozy. Honestly, I wear it a lot more than my husband does, so we'll just say that it's mine. So that's the first thing that I really have to show you, but it is one of the first clothing items I've made. In December, where I picked up where I left off a couple years ago, I started making this baseball style swing dress, and it is the New Look 6469 pattern. I love how this turned out with the orange plaid and the black sleeves. However, it is a little bit tight in the shoulders because the pattern was not made for flannel and like felt material, which I'm still just a really basic beginner, and I have a lot to learn to actually read the patterns and like figure out what the different materials are that you can actually sew with. So even though it's the wrong materials, I still think it turned out really awesome, and yeah, I can wear it. I just have to fidget with it some, but that's okay. The next two items that I have made are these two willow dresses from Rosary Apparel, which is here on YouTube. I'll link her channel in the description. I made these two. This one is just a gray, I don't know what kind of material, my mom gave it to me. It has a little bit of a stretch, and yeah, it's fairly nice. And then this one is a white with black polka dots, and I think it's a cotton, and it's actually very sheer, so I have to wear a tank top with it and or like a slip dress. I need to make one, but yeah, it's really pretty, and they are just a little bit tight. I'm still working on getting sizes correct. I know how I said that with my closet declutter, I was working on everything, you know, fitting properly, and I don't want to have to like mess around and pull and tug at my different clothing pieces. And with these three right here, I have to. But I think it's okay because I'm still a beginner sewist, so I'm still like trying to figure out sizing and how to like actually make it and tailor it for my body. So it's okay for right now that they don't fit just right. This next piece is a pinafore style full circle skirt dress. It's from the McCalls line at Walmart. It's So Simple. I think it's like Quick Sew or something like that if you get it at Joann's. Decided to make the full circle skirt And I pattern hacked a little bit and made the this front piece, the part that goes over your chest, I made it to where I can actually take it off and just wear the skirt. But I actually messed up and didn't think that if you do that to the front, you also have to do that to the straps in the back. So that's okay. I can't actually take the front off and just wear the skirt. But like I said, I'm still learning, and this was a good learning piece, and I'll still get somewhere out of it. These next 3 pieces I really took off with getting sewing down just a little bit better. My sewing lines are a little bit straighter and cleaner and nicer. But yeah, my next 3 are from the same pattern, the McCalls It's So Simple line at Walmart, and it's just a basic t-shirt, and it has an option for a pocket. With this first one, I decided not to do the pocket because the pocket was really confusing me whenever I was putting it together. So I decided just not do the pocket, let's have a plain t-shirt. I also did not have enough of this red material to do sleeves, so I just found another white jersey material and just tacked on the sleeves out of order. So when I'm wearing it, the shoulders kind of like bubble a little bit. It's not the worst. So yeah, I learned my lesson to make sure I have fabric for the sleeves and do the sleeves in the correct order. The next shirt I did was this striped one, and this time I figured out the pocket and I matched up the pattern really nicely, so that was really awesome. I also modified the neckline because I realized in the first one it was just a little too low for my liking, so I just cut the neckline a little bit smaller, and I really liked how it turned out. So then for my third one, I did the exact same thing, made the pocket, made the neckline smaller, and I put the pocket on the opposite side, and kind of a little bit too much in the center. But in this one you can really tell I was improving with my stitching and making it straight and just making it look a lot more cleaner. So yeah, I'm really happy with how these turned out. From those 3 shirts, I decided to get a little bit more brave, and then my husband was like, well, you're getting brave, make me a shirt. So I did. I used the Simplicity Mimi G style 8613, and there's 3 different options, and my husband chose the V-neck but with like long sleeves. It's just a baseball style t-shirt, and we used 3 different fabrics, 3 different prints and colors. The V-neck turned out not so great, but it's definitely a sleeping shirt for him, which is fine. He was not really expecting something to like wear out all of the time, which I'm glad because that really wouldn't have worked. But either way, I do think it turned out really cool looking. I took like a couple weeks, maybe 1 week break, honestly, from sewing anything, and I was looking through a Joann's ad, and they had a 1 pattern 7 ways or 5 ways or something like that, and it was the Butterick 6723, and they had this really pretty tank top maxi dress, and I wanted to do it, so I started doing it. And this one actually turned out a little bit of a fail. Their instructions were not super clear, and I also was making another modification just for me. I needed a little bit more room in the chest, so I expanded the front piece a little bit, but then it was a little bit too big, and then the skirt was so big, and I couldn't figure out how to do the casing for the elastic, so I decided to do shearing, which turned out really awesome. And it made it to where it would actually fit me. So it's this beautiful like pink with roses and just amazing fabric. For a while I honestly thought that this one was going to be a fail and I was just gonna throw it away and not even think about it anymore. But then one day I was like, you know what, let's just finish it. Let's just put a few more rows of shearing in it, let's hem it and throw it on and see what happens. And I did, and it fit. I was so glad that it fit. And honestly, I'm hoping that the shearing doesn't stretch out, but if it does, then this will be a perfect maternity dress. So there is hope for this if, you know, things stretch out. The last thing that I made that I am so proud of, they turned out amazing. I'm actually wearing them right now, and it is these huge pants. So it is the Simplicity 8605. It is just these really awesome sack pants. Let me scroll down. They're super big and like, you know, sack pant like. But yeah, this was the first pattern that I really took my time on and just like followed all of the instructions to a T, read them over 3 times before I even did it, and I am just thrilled with how these turned out. They are a little on the long side. I'm fairly short, and patterns, you know, are made for tall people. So I had to cut off quite a bit, and the hem is a lot wider than what they call for, but that's okay. I love the way they look. But yeah, these are definitely my favorite things that I have made this winter, and it's really fueling me to like keep on sewing. I'm actually in the process of making something else, and they're turning out really nicely. I'm just really excited. I have a lot of projects lined up, and hopefully I'll be able to show you guys before the beginning of summer the stuff that I've made in the spring. So these are the clothes that I have made this past winter. I hope you guys enjoyed. I know, again, this is a lot different than my motherhood and lifestyle content. However, I think this does kind of fall into the lifestyle category. But yeah, I just really wanted to share with you guys all of these things. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you're notified when I put out a new video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!
I lose my breath